Hey everyone, Josh here with North Face Construction, and today we're going to talk about some generic red flags that might indicate that there's some insurance fraud happening in relation to your homeowner's insurance claim. These could be indications of something, or they just might not be. You don't know. Every situation is very different. Every claim is very different. Every adjuster, contractor, situation has its own nuances and unique situation. But in general, some of these things we have noticed over the past number of years are red flags of insurance fraud. So who can commit insurance fraud on a claim? Pretty much anyone involved. There could be the insurance company, there could be a contractor, there even could be the policyholder committing insurance fraud. One thing that applies to insurance and actually to the contractor side is nothing being put in writing. Everything being talked about. All the substantial information in regards to the work or the claim only being verbalized and not followed up with an email or formal correspondence acknowledging exactly what happened. A second red flag that you might find as a policyholder is your claim paperwork does not reflect what your adjuster told you on site. This can happen for a number of reasons, but if it's not reflective of the actual damages that you showed to the adjuster or what you were told was being covered, that might be a red flag. And it goes vice versa. If a contractor is claiming things are damaged that you didn't acknowledge were damaged or you were not educated was actually legitimately damaged from the loss, that could be a red flag of them trying to throw some fluff into their estimate. A third red flag that we've seen is an insurance carrier or adjuster purposefully avoiding the contractor or avoiding any correspondence, including your contractor on your claim. This, like I said, can be a red flag, but other times it's just a clerical error or just a process that they just purposely don't follow. In some situations, what we have seen with clients is this was a purposeful effort to avoid being held accountable by the policyholder. Another way that this actually could come into play is if they're purposefully avoiding the contractor at adjustments, phone calls and emails. Sometimes we get told that we've been reached out to many times, but there is zero record of that ever happening. And that goes back to the original point. Anything verbalized does not constitute actual proof. Someone saying something to you, unless you have it documented, usually means nothing if you end up in court. One more red flag that we have seen or heard of is when an insurance carrier says that they don't pay for specific items or certain methodologies of construction per company policy and not per the homeowner's insurance policy. Sometimes those things in insurance companies can be a little conflicting. So if they say it's per company policy, make sure to get a copy of your insurance policy and use that red flag as an indication for you to hold someone accountable. One last thing to look out for with an insurance-related claim that we've seen customers find themselves in a pickle is when they sign documents very early in the process of the claim that then all of a sudden they realize made them agree to an amount of money for replacement benefits on their house that was not enough to complete the repairs. And if they just wouldn't have signed that, they would have had everything covered and wouldn't have had thousands of dollars out of their pocket. Avoid signing anything extremely early in regards to your claim on the behalf of your insurance company. We have seen people end up in bad situations from that. Fraud doesn't just exist on the insurance carrier side. We hear about it all the time from our homeowners of situations they ran into with other contractors and just through the grapevine and just generically by people just not understanding the laws in the areas they work. Some of it's innocent, some of it's not so innocent. I'm going to give you some brief tidbits on what to look out for in regards to red flags that a contractor may be committing insurance fraud. Number one, they're offering to cover a deductible. That is a huge red flag. It is actually specifically against the law in most states, if not all states, for a contractor to do that for you. If a contractor is offering to pay for your deductible, that is a red flag. Another red flag in regards to a contractor is if they don't have a local address. If there's a P.O. box, may want to check it out. A third one is if they say they have 2 contracts for you to sign, one that goes to your insurance company and one that's actually between you two. That is fraud. The reason that is fraud is that's falsifying documentation that you would send to the insurance company instead of the actual real stuff that is being done. A fourth red flag on behalf of contractors, if they're trying to ask for payment or charges in regards to the claim that were not actually completed, nor are they necessary for the replacement of whatever it is. A fifth indication of contractor fraud is if they are trying to substantiate damage that is not actually from hail or wind or tornado, stuff that's damaged that wasn't actually from that loss. If they say something along the lines of like, oh, we could see, it doesn't hurt to try to show it and see if it gets covered, might help you out. Trying to categorize things that are not from that loss is insurance fraud, and you should be wary of that red flag. I hope that some of these tidbits and advice from our experience in this industry helps you avoid a bad situation in the future, helps empower you on your options on how to navigate the insurance claims process. And if you have any further questions on this, please consult with your insurance agent, consult with the adjuster on your claim, or hire a qualified contractor that understands what to look out for and is a reputable business. If you think also, if you have been subject to insurance fraud on behalf of an insurance carrier, contractor, or some other way, make sure to contact your local or your state Department of Commerce, and there is a process on reporting them. And trust me, when they get reported to the state, they tend to listen a little bit closer to you. If you're looking for a resource on how to protect yourself, North Face Construction is a member of the American Policyholder Association. This is actually a free membership to policyholders. All you have to do is go to their website and sign up. What this affords you is protection and a watchdog third-party nonprofit that has your best interest in mind. Thanks for watching today. Take care.